You are listening to BRTV podcast brought to you by brilliantread.com. Investment in knowledge pays best interest, said Benjamin Franklin. And this is exactly what we strive to do at Brilliant Read. We bring stories, facts, advice, and lessons from the successful entrepreneurs, investors, coaches, and mentors. This week we have a very seasoned entrepreneur and business leader, Mr. Deepak Mishra, with us. He is the founder and CEO of ProDevance and also founder of an artificial intelligence startup. Is that right, Deepak?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So thank you very much for taking time out for this podcast, and thank you for sharing the tips and your journey with us. So we'll quickly start. We'll get started. Talk us through your journey and uh, how did you start this ProDevance and the other one, which is I believe Anchor.ai. Is that right?
That's iventura.ai.
iventure.ai, right?
Yeah. So nevertheless, I think Harsh, you have been doing great, and I'm really thrilled what you guys are doing to promote the startup and entrepreneurial mindset in this country. About me or my journey, I have been passionate about technology since the beginning. While I haven't done any formal engineering degree, I would say, okay, I did study at all. I started my career, back then in '99, when information system or information technology was going through a very tough time in economy. And I happened to pick up something which nobody took charge at that time. So that was open source. I don't know how many of my friends would resonate to themselves startups being made on open source. So I picked open source at that time, year 2000, and started my first entrepreneur journey with a training company. So, I built that company named Complete Open Source Solutions, and it's popularly known as COS India. It since 2003, for almost 17 years, have trained more than 100,000 professionals on Red Hat technologies, and certifications, and happen to be India's, number one, training partner. Uh, about my other technology, management journey have been with the banks. So I was with Bank of America and Australia New Zealand Bank. So I can say that, okay, a maximum tenure of my technology management journey have been in the banking technology. And with a degree of confidence, I knew that, okay, there is a shortage of skilled professional in consulting services, and that was the biggest opportunity in front of me. And with that, technology experience and knowing that, okay, talent resources, making in India is one of the top opportunity. I started this entrepreneur journey.
Perfect. Brilliant. That's really inspiring and fascinating to know that you started at a time when people did not have much exposure to technology. So, and you said you were passionate about technology. You've always been passionate about it, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Another thing that I want to lay some emphasis on is you said you haven't done any sort of formal education when it comes to technology. You haven't pursued any of the degrees, fancy degrees. That reminds me of a very famous Warren Buffett quote that it is the self education that makes you, not the formal education. Self education can make you a fortune, and formal education can probably just make you a living and can take you to a distance. So perfect, perfect. And tell us more about how important self-education is, because today, when we see entrepreneurs who have just started from scratch and built an empire out of it, I think people need to understand the importance of self-education.
I would say it's one of the a great question I have ever come across, right? When I was doing my graduation, I'm a chemistry graduate, and I should have done masters in chemistry, but happened to enter into the technology, um, not something because I was being asked or pushed onto it, which today's millennial enter to technology because they are being pushed onto that. So I have learned things by watching others, or by seeing others doing the work on technology. And when you see there is a problem in front of you, and you know that it can be solved by certain architectural principles. Learning that in on the go is not a difficult thing. So you need not take a full-time program, and multi-year program to get onto the technology. And there are many in our segment are the examples where they did not go through any formal degree. Means you can see people have done mechanical, but they are innovators in computer science, search engine. So it is absolutely not required that okay, you need to be on a formal education if you are seeking that as an advice. But yes, you have to get that thing done, rather just waiting for somebody to solve it. If that is the mindset you have, then definitely okay, every problem can be solved.
Right. So now let's come to our important question. And in fact, I am also fascinated to know about it. You've worked with one of some of the major banks, like you said, Australian, New Zealand Bank, and Bank of America. Why did you leave that handsome job, that handsome career, and plunged into entrepreneurship? There's this uncharted territory. What made you do that?
I think you are referring to my corporate career, right?
Indeed, from a corporate career to this entrepreneurship.
Uh, the way I perceive entrepreneurship in India is when you start the journey, it's you who need to create the business charter. It's you who need to do sales. It's you who need to do delivery, and it's you who need to build the customer relationship. It's not easy, but it can be achieved. Why did I leave such a beautiful corporate career? That too, the banking corporate career in India is regarded the most because of the freedom to take or make decisions, and being responsible for your decisions, what you take in technology leadership. When I have been in technology leadership, my job was to transform the banking technology, the legacy banking technology, onto the digital banking technology, both at the infrastructure level as well as at the application level, and not getting the freedom what you wanted to do, and not being responsible for your decisions which you have taken due to the verge of the responsibility or the role which make you to take the decision, but you're not responsible about your decisions. So if these two things are not in your favor, I as a person took charge and said that okay, yes, I should quit that job and start something on my own. This second part is making a value. So value for yourself and value for the people around you. Since I come from a small town and a middle class family, it was absolutely dream for me to make something okay, which I could be an example with my family as well as people those who are around me. So since I had that innate belief that believing your intention and your consign, and having a freedom to work on the projects which I'm passionate about. I didn't want it to take a lot of years to think that, okay, should I quit or not. So
Right.
so that's the background.
Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing, that insightful journey with us. So I'll quickly sum up, sum it up for our audience. So the reason why you left, that I understand, the reason why you left your corporate setup and plunged into entrepreneurship is because you wanted some freedom, sense of ownership, responsibility, and also wanted to leverage your passion that you always had for technology. Plus, you wanted to give some value to the ecosystem.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing that. Now, my next question is, because I wanted to understand about ProDevans. You are into cloud management and cloud technology, which is going to be the next big thing. It's always, it's already grown exponentially, I would say, over the last couple of years. So, what is the potential of cloud and AI that you foresee? And tell us more about ProDevans, where did the name come from, and what all problems do you solve through it?
Okay, so let me first introduce ProDevans, which is very close to my heart. So using technology and automation, we want to solve the problem, right? Solving any customer's business problem using technology and automation is one of our top priority. Being cognizant of the constraints, and especially a company operating out of India, we are always surrounded with the constraints. So being aware of constraint, but solving the problem using technology and automation is one of our ethos. Pro dev, if you use the word and the context, right? It's about professionalism and technology.
Right.
And when I picked up my own automation journey, I picked up Ansible as a programming construct to do automation during 15, 16. It was very, very early time, doing such kind of work. So ANS stands for automation and innovation. So that's what ProDevans is. And what do we do? Our efforts have been, geared towards making organizations cloud ready. And you said that, okay, cloud is the next big thing. I would say cloud has been the big thing, right? And it's been there for last 1 decade.
Indeed, yeah.
Many must be thinking that, okay, it's been last year or this year. So it's been there, for past many years, I would say.
Right.
And it brings, lot of, I would say, okay, tremendous promise, right? Especially small and medium business to do business quicker and faster, right? And technology, within the cloud is like a puzzle. I always say that, okay, it's easy to enter into the cloud, but being profitable, running your business on cloud is a bigger risk. So, and open source is a problem solver of that technology puzzle, right? But the problem it brings, to the table is open source also require time and effort to set it up. Okay?
Right.
So if I consider opportunity of cloud and the scale in the small medium business segment and the technology puzzle, open source as a solution to solve the puzzle, and which it requires time and stuff. So ProDevans help the organizations to set up the cloud infrastructure, transform the business applications getting migrated to the cloud, and automate the process to harness the benefit, right? So this is what the value system ProDevans has built in last 5 years. Hope that was simple enough for you to understand.
Yes, it pretty much answered my question, and I hope our audience gets to understand more about Prodevance as well. So they get to know about the solutions and the services that you offer. You can always have a look on your website. Can you share your website link with our audience, please?
Yeah, it's www.prodevance.com. And we do also have a product called iventura.ai, which is a machine learning platform as a service. Right. And pdcloudex.com, which is a cloud extreme multi-cloud management platform, for most of the customers, where we simplify the landscape and guide the organizations, to benefit out of the cloud. And that's the unique, service offering we bring to the table.
Perfect. I hope they'll get the answers and they'll get to know more about the services at Prodevance and more about the product iVentura that you said. So thank you very much for sharing all of that information with us. Deepak, I also would want to understand more about how COVID has impacted your startup and what changes did you bring out of this situation because of COVID. So how has it impacted you? Has it really impacted you, or has it turned out to be a boon for you? Because we understand that COVID has played a vital role for many of the technology startups and healthcare as well. So please share your views on it with us. Thank you.
Yeah, I will pitch on the the positive side of the pandemic. But before going there, I was on continuous travel and fortunate to land to the country on 13th or 14th of March. Mm-hmm. And immediately we took a decision to work from home, because for us, employee safety was the immense priority. Yeah. And since then, travel became the restriction. So, so I stopped traveling, or I hardly travel now, even though the travels have become regular. So what did we do is, first thing in leadership, we decentralized the leadership. Right. So it's no more a centralized leadership. We have decentralized to at an engineer level or at an employee level. Mm-hmm. And my top leadership is responsible for strategic clients, and they are responsible to make decision or take decision which can move forward to achieve the goal, because we are in consulting and we don't forget that, okay, we have to solve customers' problem. And during this pandemic time, the customer problem is to deal with the technology remotely. Okay, so I would say there was zero disruption to the client delivery during the pandemic. How do we manage our workforce? We are about and we are a global company, so we have workforce work out of India, multiple cities. Now people are working from village as well. And we have workforce in Singapore, and we have workforce in US. So running a global company, our day starts with a daily mandatory leadership stand-up, and every leader has their own stand-up as well. So that's the way we deliver. And I think last 10 months, it was an immense opportunity for us to solve customers' problem, and that actually brought us closer to the customer, because we solve the problem through automation. And when you solve the problem through automation, we get closer to the customer leadership, senior leadership, and that's a greater value, which was not happening prior to the COVID.
Perfect. That's brilliant. I mean, taking affairs at helm and ensuring that your clients and business stream don't get impacted. That's a brilliant leadership style, I would say. So perfect. Right, Deepak. we'll head to our last segment, and here we would want you to share more about mantras for aspiring entrepreneurs, your advice, your lessons. So what do you have to say to all those thousands of or hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs around the world, who would want to hear your story?
Okay. I can't say that, okay, I picked it from Gita, but
Right.
know where you started, know your root, and know why you started. I would ask or urge every entrepreneur not to forget your root. Um, you know, if you know your purpose and you know your origin, you can't take any wrong decision. Uh, do not give up while facing a complex challenge. Knowing that, okay, I run a company and never had any management experience, no formal education of computer science. I had to deal with the challenges it is coming on my way. And the biggest support what I got during my entrepreneur journey is the mix of people around you. I always interact with them, and I'm very emotional by nature. So people, those who are around you, they are the ones who actually, lift you up when your morale is down or the, challenge is very tough. You must have a mentor to go. And I don't know if people will agree to that or not. Okay, when you are heading an organization, you head everything, and you're accountable for everything what your company do. But you should have a few mentors, if not one, few mentors. Not necessarily a paid coach, but you should have somebody to look up to or go up to. So we have a cohesive leadership, okay, where my co-leaders are senior than me. They come from different segment like steel industry, finance, and they are kind of a mentor within my organization, and outside my organization, I look up to somebody. And focus at problem solving. So don't walk up to the customer just for a bill or a sale, right? Okay, try to solve the problem the customer is going through and be empathetic to the customer. If you're doing that during your thin time, customer will stand for you. And yourself. So don't lose the faith in yourself. And every entrepreneur need to be especially passionate and energetic. And your day you start, no plan actually works for you. While the sun sets or you go to bed, it was absolutely not according to the plan. But don't lose the faith on yourself and on your team, especially on your team.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing all of those mantras and those valuable lessons and advice for anyone who's aspiring to be a leader or entrepreneur, or anyone who's thinking of plunging into this space. Thank you very much for sharing all of those lessons with us, Deepak. It was a pleasure talking to you once again. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We understand, how busy you are. You were working on a Saturday as well. So thank you for taking time out for this podcast today. We wish you all the
most welcome, and keep up the good work, Harsh. And looking forward to talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Bye. Thank you very much, Deepak. Thank you. Bye.
It is a constant endeavor at BRTV to bring stories, advice, lessons, and mantras from successful entrepreneurs, coaches, and mentors. So stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on all the social media channels to stay updated and stay motivated.